Hi guys, welcome back to the program. Today we're going to talk about two different ways that you can save on your taxes. We can get tax deductions and we can use that money that we've saved to pay for our healthcare expenses. Coming up next, Firefighter's Financial Toolbox. Welcome back, you guys. Last week we did a video on the 2020 contribution limits and how they've increased for the 401k. One of my subscribers asked if there had been any increase in the contribution limits for the HSA, for the health savings account. And in fact, they have. For the year 2020, the new contribution limits have gone up $50 for single from $3,500 to $3,550. And for families, they've gone up from $7,000 to $7,100. So minimal increases, but at the same time, remember, to qualify for a health savings account, you have to have a high deductible health plan. If you haven't seen my HSA video, check out this one here. I'll link it in the description, and it gives a more thorough, in-depth explanation of requirements needed to qualify for an HSA. So today we're going to talk about really quick just the increases in the limit. Now, we talked about it did go up $50 for singles and $100 for families. However, the minimum annual deductible also went up respectively $50 from $1,350 for the single to $1,400, $2,700 for families up to $2,800. So really, they're just offsetting the difference. Now, it has increased slightly. Remember, these are all increased by inflation. And apparently we had minimal inflation because we have a minimal jump. Now, what if I don't qualify for an HSA? I personally do not, because I do not have a high deductible health plan. But I use what is known as an FSA, or a flexible spending account. Now, the flexible spending account also had an increase from $2,700 in 2019 to $2,750, so a $50 increase as well for the FSA for 2020. Now, the biggest difference in the two plans, as you know, with an HSA, you can contribute the money pre-tax, it grows tax deferred, and as long as you use it for a medical expense, it's tax-free. But what if you don't use it? You can let it grow for years. You could let it grow for 10 years, 15 years. You could let it go until you retire. As long as it's used in retirement, it's still tax-free. It's triple advantaged. This is where the FSA falls short. For the FSA, you have to determine how much you'll need for that year. So if I determine at the beginning of the year of 2020 that I want to use the maximum $2,750, I have to use that money within the year. Now, some plans give you a little grace period. For example, it can be used within the year, and maybe you have an extra 3 or 4 months after the year to finish getting all your reimbursements taken care of. It does have the advantage of coming out also pre-tax, so you get a little bit of a tax deduction on it. And as long as you use that money in that account for healthcare expenses, it's reimbursed tax-free. It does not have the advantage that the health savings accounts does for growing and increasing in value. But it is another way to lower your taxes by up to $2,750. So you guys, the increases to the HSA and the FSA are minimal. As I said, for singles, $50, for families, $100 for the HSA, and only $50 for the flexible spending account. Anyway, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. It really helps me out. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks.